Today, I'm answering a question so personal and often so painful that many people are triggered to fight or flight defenses just by mentioning it. The question: if the feelings of your body, the thoughts of your mind, and your beliefs of your spiritual self, body, mind, spirit, are all tangled up in mental illness, how do you find God? And how do you follow Him? Let's go fishing for an answer.
Hey out there, I have an announcement, reaching out from all these crumpled walls. You found out under my smiles, concrete tears flow down like waterfalls. Leave sympathy at the door. A pity party's not what I'm asking for. All that I want is a chance to say these simple words I feel today.
Hi, I'm therapist Andy Hogan. In my book, Love for Mental Illness, How to Reach, Help, and Heal, the A of reach stands for authenticate self and mental illness. It looks like the ducks want to know what it means to authenticate self and mental illness. Or they just want me to feed them some bread of life.
I'm just a person, I'm not depression. I feel the sunshine and the rain. Stop the aggression, I'm not depression. How could anyone be the lonely pain? I'm just a person, I'm not depression. I'm not a steel heavy chain. No, I ain't.
Let me show you something. A fishing secret. Let's say this fishing setup represents you. You have a body. You have a mind. There's that spinning mind. And this transparent line represents your spirit. Body, mind, spirit. That's what makes us us. It's what makes you you. And you need all of you to try and catch happiness. I got one. Oh man, I feel so high. I feel so good. This is awesome. Oh. I feel so down. I feel so bad. I'm never going to be able to catch happiness now. This giant mess represents getting all tangled up in mental illness. As you can tell, when you get all tangled up in mental illness, it's really hard to know what you're feeling with your body. Your mind doesn't spin right. And your spirit, man, it's hard to tell what your spirit is and what your mental illness. Many people who get all tangled up in mental illness stop believing in their spiritual self. They just cut it off. They just cut off that part of them. It's tragic and it's heartbreaking to see so many people go through life thinking this is who they are. Research shows that believing in a higher power is vital for emotional health. So how do we find a higher power that is really higher and stronger than the mental illness that we get all tangled up in? I was told that God is that higher power. And to find Him, I had to pray, read His Word, and then do what the Word said. But I started to recognize every part of me was tangled in the knots of mental illness. My body did not feel God when I prayed. The thoughts in my mind were not promptings of the Holy Spirit. Lastly, my belief in God was also tied to my mentally ill feelings. I thought my depression and anxiety were God not being with me. I literally went crazy trying to untangle myself from all the knots of mental illness. You can read my crazy story about how I suffered manic psychosis trying to find truth of who I was in my book, Bipolar Disorder in Truth. Becoming authentic about my spiritual self that's how I separated the rest of me from mental illness and me. I was authentic about what was mental illness and what was me, my feelings, my thoughts, and my beliefs. Being authentic means being and living the real you. How did I become authentic in my spiritual self when my body and mind were tangled in mental illness? It took miracles, big miracles that influenced a lot of people, along with small, personal miracles, almost like they were custom made just for me. That's how I authenticate self and mental illness. Do you want to see some of the miracles I'm talking about? Cast your hook and line over to part 2 of this video. I'm going to share some of those awesome experiences with you. Thanks for watching Reach for Andy Hogan. Today we talked about A of Reach, authenticate self and mental illness. Such an important part of emotional health. I'll see you in part 2. Bye-bye. Come on, happiness. Bite me.
I'm a good person. Na 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 na. I'm not depression.